Roy Cooper is being called a hypocrite for saying North Carolina is now facing a state of emergency over public education funding. Cooper claims Republican-led school choice legislation will, quote, choke the life out of the state's public schools.
Their private school voucher scheme will pour your tax money into private schools that are unaccountable to the public and can decide which students they want to keep out. They want to expand private school vouchers so that anyone, even a millionaire, can get taxpayer money for their children's private academy tuition.
Oh my, everyone would have access to this? Well, Cooper said all that despite sending his own daughter to a private school in Raleigh. School choice advocate Corey DeAngelis tweeted, quote, "This hypocrite sent his own kid to a private school. We're freeing families from the clutches of the teachers' unions once and for all, and there's nothing that he can do about it." Joining us now is Pastor John Amanchukwu. He is from North Carolina. Great to have you with us, Pastor.
Thank you so much, John, for having me on your show.
It's great to see you again. Why doesn't the governor of North Carolina want everyone in the state to have the same access to school choice that he and his family have?
Because he's a hypocrite, that's why. When you consider the 1960s, blacks were locked out of a public school system, but today we're trapped in. We know that it's a political tool to fight against school choice in America and not give everyone the access to their taxpayer dollars. He even talks about millionaires having access to taxpayer dollars. Well, if you are a millionaire and you pay taxes in America, you should be able to use your tax money to go to the school of your choice. It's a political game with Governor Roy Cooper, and I look forward until his last day of him being in his administration.
Yeah, one thing we've seen is that when you attach the dollars to the kid and the family and they get to take that money to different schools, it creates more competition. The families benefit. A lot of times the school districts benefit from that competition. You know, the backlash to this LGBTQ plus stuff that we saw in schools, that's really provided a spark for the school choice movement. We also see these retail brands like Target pushing gender and sex ideology. Their stock prices are falling. But now comes the North Face. And take a look at this.
Hi, it's me, Patagonia, a real-life homosexual, and today I'm here with the North Face. We are here to invite you to come out in nature with us. Wow, this is nice. We like to call this little tour the Summer of Pride.
Okay, I guess we should all brace ourselves for an onslaught of this stuff. Not just Pride Month, it's a Summer of Pride, Pastor. Do you expect to see some backlash for the North Face here? And I'm a little confused because the homosexual in question, their name is Patagonia. His name, I guess, is Patagonia, but it's the North Face. Maybe some bad branding, but we're going to see a lot of this if you watch TV over the course of the summer. And interesting to note that Pride Month has expanded now to include the entire summer.
Yes, you know, I went into a Target store recently, and I was looking for the straight materials and items. You know, everyone's pushing the LGBTQIA plus agenda upon children, but where are the straight materials being pushed? When I see these things taking place, it brings something to mind, and that is the fact that the left is using mental rape to indoctrinate our kids. It's disgusting. It's filthy. The Bible says that the glory of a man is a woman, but today the man wants to be the glory. They want to be women, and a man will never be able to be a woman, and a woman will never be able to be a man. It's not common sense. It's crazy. It's asinine, and it's evil. And I'm against every major Fortune 500 company that pushes this agenda upon kids. It's disgusting, and it needs to stop.
Some people say this is like blackface, but with gender, when you see something like that. What do you think?
Well, I believe that it is. You know, it's a shame to see what's taking place. When you talk to children today, they're perplexed and they're confused on their gender simply because the left has a strong campaign and plan to push these things. I believe that we need to get back to education and not indoctrination. I believe that we need to make sure that when kids go into stores, they're not met with grotesque materials. I'm so against what Target is doing right now. There's so many people who are saying that they're not going to go to Target anymore and shop there, and I think they should keep that up.
Yeah, you wonder if they underestimated the backlash that they would receive. Two more questions for you real quick. Wanted to talk about Black Lives Matter Inc. with you. Tax documents show they're hemorrhaging cash. That's according to the Washington Free Beacon. There's now talk of bankruptcy, perhaps, for Black Lives Matter. What do you think about this?
Well, I think they should be bankrupt. Keep in mind, Black Lives Matters was founded by 3 lesbian women who don't have a need for a man. They're all 3 black women in particular. They desire to destroy the nuclear family. You have to ask yourself, knowing the dire statistics in the black community, how only 80% of black homes are led by a single parent, one would think, why would they want to destroy the nuclear family? Why are they against mothers and fathers leading families? And it's because they have an anti-God agenda. They are haters of God, and they support the inventions of evil things. I hope they go belly up, they go out of business, and we can get back to uniting America. It was a tool that was used to push racial tension and divides in our country. It's called cultural Marxism.
Yeah.
And they said, Chris Kohler said she was a trained Marxist. And I believe that more people's eyes are being open to the lies of the left.
They used to have that stuff on their website. They used to be open about it, but then they started getting all the money. Everyone started to be a little more critical of what they were doing, and they removed that stuff from their website. Last one for you. Rapper Ice Cube recently came out and says, quote, something's got to change when it comes to the black community's support for the Democratic Party. Here's the rapper.
Black people have supported Democrats, overwhelmingly for 50, 60 years. And nothing has changed. So something's got to change.
Now, Ice Cube says that he released his contract with Black America following the unrest after the George Floyd murder. And he says everyone wanted to talk to him, Democrats and Republicans, but he felt the response from Democrats was really underwhelming. Does Ice Cube speak for a growing portion of Black America that something's got to change when it comes to their historical support for the Democratic Party?
Yes, he does. Blacks have become the cheap prostitutes of the Democrat Party. They screw us and barely pay us, and we keep coming back for more. We've heard the condescending things from the left, from the Biden administration, when Joe Biden said that if you're confused on who you're going to vote for, whether it's me or Donald Trump, then you're not black. Why does our skin tone and our existence have to be challenged when we want to support a different political party? Blacks are awakening in America, and we're beginning to see that there are many lies that have been pushed upon us. And I'm sick and tired of white liberals thinking that they control our vote. We have a right to support a party that pushes school choice, a party that is pro-America, a party that is pro-family, a party that supports reducing taxes. We have a right to support that. And so many blacks are beginning to see that we have been on the liberal plantation for too long, and it's time for us to make a mass exodus.
John Amanchukwu, great to see you. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.